Hello guys, and this is the Russian Genius, and I'm gonna be teaching you how you can cut to any card, any selection in the deck. So for this, let's use the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is the selection in this case. I'm going to be placing it in the center, and now I am going to cut to the Ace of Spades with one hand. Just like that. There is the Ace of Spades. That's how it looks like, and let's try to cut to the remaining three aces. So I'm just going to cut the cards, and there is the Ace of Diamonds. Let's do it once again. So look, I'm just going to give the deck a cut. Ace of Hearts. And let's find the last ace, the Ace of Clubs. I'm gonna take the Ace of Hearts, throw it in the deck, and right there is the Ace of Clubs. That is how it looks like, and let's move on to the tutorial. I'm going to show you how you can cut to any card in the deck. Five of Diamonds goes inside the center, and then simply by cutting the deck, I am able to cut the Five of Diamonds all the way on top. This is very awesome. The first time I learned it, I was extremely impressed. For this, you need to learn how to create and how to use a crimp card. This is a card that cuts to the bottom. That means if I cut it into the center, then if I cut the deck, it cuts to the bottom of the deck. So let me show you. Nine of Clubs in the center of the deck, and then simply by cutting, I am able to cut at the Nine of Clubs. You can cut the deck at the long side, at the short side, even at the corners, and still be able to cut at the Nine of Clubs. Here's how you create a crimp card. You take any card you like, and you're going to put a bend into the card, and here's how it looks like. I'm gonna be using the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs is gonna be facing downwards, and then your fingers are going to go into the center, and you're going to be bending the card a little bit. You know you have done it correctly when the card is able to rotate on the deck or on the table. So once you have this card, this is called a crimp card that allows you to cut the card to the bottom, just like that. Other crimp cards, they allow you to cut the card to the top. If you did it this way instead of this way, then the card would cut itself to the top, but almost every magician prefers a crimp card that cuts to the bottom, so that's what I am teaching in this video. Now this crimp card that cuts to the bottom, that means if you have a selection, for instance the Ace of Spades, if you place the Ace of Spades right there and the crimp card on top, that means that if you cut at the crimp card, then you cut at the Ace of Spades. So if you complete the cut, there is the ace, and the crimp card is at the bottom. With the crimp card, I am able to cut to the four aces, and here is a quick explanation on what I'm doing. I am cutting the crimp card on top of the ace, taking it like that, then I shuffle a couple of times, do it once again, and now the crimp card is on top of the ace. Cut like that to the next ace, and then if I want I can cut again, it really doesn't matter. I take, throw it like this, there is the crimp card, and there is the last ace. That is quickly an explanation on what I'm doing, and right now I'm going to break it up in few steps. So here are the four aces. I'm gonna teach you how to do this with one card, with one selection first. You can do it very simple. You can do it like this. You can take the top half, place the ace and place the crimp on top. That is the most simple way of doing it, and then you can just cut like that if you want to. That's the most simple way of doing it. The more advanced way of doing it looks like this. So you cut the crimp on top just like that. There is the ace and there is the crimp, and then I'm able to do it once again like this, if this makes any sense. Here's how you cut to the ace of spades with the use of the up the ladder sequence. That looks like that. So it's quite easy, it's not difficult. I'm going to quickly explain it. You have the ace of spades on top, the crimp card on the bottom, and you're going to be doing a move that looks like this, and this is known as the up the ladder sequence, but this is a little bit different from the original way of doing it. So ace of spades on top. For this explanation, it's going to be face up, and here's what you do. You take the bottom half like this, and you place it on top, about halfway. Now I'm going to take about the half of the top packet, so like this, and I place that on top, squared up to the ace of spades, and then the remaining is going to get cut normally like this. And now, as you can see, the ace of spades is actually lost. Wait, the ace of spades is right there, and above the ace is the crimp card, the 9 of clubs. So now that means that once again all I have to do is cut, and now there is the ace of spades. So that is a quick explanation on how you can place a crimped card on top of the ace of spades in a really nice way. You can also do it like this. So ace of spades on top, and then simply by cutting the card you have placed the crimped card once again on top the ace of spades. And here is quickly what I did. I took the bottom half, and then I took the half of the bottom half where is the crimp, placed it on top, and then I did the remaining of the shuffle, and right now there's the crimp and there is the selection. Here's how you do it with all the aces. It's actually quite simple once you can do it with one card. 4 aces on top of the deck. And now I'm simply going to do this move that we learned, and the crimp card is now on top of the first ace, so I simply cut to the first ace, and now I can either complete the cut, or if I want to, I can shuffle the crimped card first, and then I can shuffle the remaining cards on top and keep the 3 aces on top of the deck. That is the way I'm going to do it right now, and then I can do the same thing once again, and now the ace is inside the center. I cut, I can shuffle it once again, or I can complete the cut. There is the crimp, the 2 aces are on top, and now what I can do, if I want, I can cut it like that, and now it's near the bottom half, so I can do it again. And if I want, I can just throw the packet back on top, and now the last ace is in the same position, so I can take a card and I can pick it up at the crimped card and throw the ace right there. And now when I spread it out, I can show that right there is the ace. That is how it looks like. That is how it's done. I am going to do this once again in speed while I talk and explain the way that I do it. So first I can give the deck, a couple of false cuts and false shuffles, if that's what I want to do. And once I'm ready, I simply place the first ace in the center, I cut, there is the ace, boom, just like that, and then I go into the deck, cut to one more ace, and then I can keep going on if I want to. So I am simply going to do the move once again, cut, there's the ace, Then I take one of the aces, throw it in the deck, and right there is the ace of diamonds. And this throwing action, let me try to show you this once again. So this throwing action where you take the card and throw it inside, it looks so good, and you know, it works, it's quite awesome, and it looks simply really amazing. It looks really good. Also, what you can do is that you can cut the card or the selection into the middle of the deck, and then you can ask the spectator to simply cut the deck, and most of the time the spectators will cut on their selection. And when you tell the spectator to cut to their card, then you tell them to cut without thinking. So you tell the spectator, just cut where you think your selection is. I mean, just cut quickly without thinking. And most of the time they will cut exactly at their selection, which is quite nice. So anyways, that's what I wanted to show you, the crimped card, which is super awesome. It's really fun to use, and it works for a lot of different awesome things that I will explain in the future. If you want to support me and this channel, then make sure to check out TheRussianGenius.com. There will be a link in the description. If you do buy a download or whatever you want to buy, then thank you very much for supporting what I do, and I really do appreciate it. This is something that was explained in a lot of older books, I believe. I believe that Ernest, he spoke about crimps a lot in his book. Thank you for watching, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, then feel free to do so. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next video.